All right, we got lots to talk about here. Joe Mixon out with concussion, banged up in the head, but was breakdancing after the game. Saquon Barkley crap in the bed. Justin Jefferson crap in the bed. We are talking about all the guys that crapped the bed and also all the studs. We're going to honor the guys that did well this week at each position and lay it out, guys, the guys that crapped the bed. So we're talking studs and sucks, NFL Week 11 recap, highlights. We're talking about it right here, right now. Now, in the comments below, as we're getting into this, let me know, how did your team do? I know a lot of people crapped the bed. A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Saquon Barkley, Dameon Pierce having a bad game. Love to get your feedback on who crapped the bed for you. Leave it below. We're going to discuss it. You guys can ask some questions going into NFL Week 12, some starts and sit stuff if you guys need it. But again, I do a whole episode on that as well. So we're going to start with the quarterback position, honor them, talk about the suck, and move on to every position and give you guys a suck of the week at each position. Again, crazy week. I'm going to talk about the Mixon incident that happened. We're going to get into that right now. Before I do, guys, there's some amazing bundles. I ended up ordering some wings yesterday from Hooters. I got some amazing bundles. That combo, you got your bone-in wings, you got your boneless wings. They got some amazing bundles for you guys to order during games now up until December, all the way into December. So Hooters.com or download the app right now. Use promo code FFC20 to save $10 on order of 30 or more on takeout or delivery. Select locations across the USA. That's Hooters.com. Go there right now. Punch in that code FFC20 upon checkout. I'm telling you guys, you can save on some amazing food. Wings, nachos, boneless wings. Check out their bundles. Amazing food, guys. I ordered in some yesterday. We got Monday Night Football now. We got World Cup action going on. We got UFC Saturday. So do not watch the games without some amazing food. Hooters.com. Download the app. Remember the code you want to use, FFC20. Go save right now. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Thumbs up. And of course, guys, drop a question and comment below. Let's make this interactive. Starting off here with the quarterback position, the guys that did well: Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jacoby Brissett have himself a game. Has to play well because he's going to be losing his job soon, potentially. Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, Dak Prescott, Derek Carr, and Justin Herbert. Yes, Derek Carr and Adams doing well in fantasy, not so well in reality. All right, so Derek Carb. I don't know if you guys saw the video. There was actually a video that just came out, or a picture, I should say, of Antonio Brown putting a picture of Derek Carr with a big chin, like he was overweight, and he called him Derek Carb, C-A-R-B. I thought that was pretty funny. But either way, Derek Carr is not doing well. Now, there's talk, I just found out that there's talk that he might not continue. They're going to try to get a top 5 quarterback pick in the draft, so they're going to decide the fate of Derek Carr. He's just not performing, and they're finally figuring this out. How many years? Like 8 years later? I figured this out back in 2015, a year after his first year. That was it. So that I could tell he wasn't that good. So either way, for fantasy, 20 points, and Justin Herbert rounding it out, 19.7 points. The guys that sucked the bed, crapped the bed, I should say. Russell Wilson, what do you have? 10.58 points. Continuing to have a terrible year, Russell Wilson. Now, he's stringing out a couple wins, but for fantasy, just not doing it. Russell Wilson crapped the bed. Davis Mills, 9.76. Matt Ryan coming off a big week last week, 8.62, back to his old self. Jared Goff continues to suck at 6.5 fantasy points. Josh Allen, 12.58. I still have to give this one. You know what? I'm going to give this one actually to Kirk Cousins. 2.2 fantasy points. Kirk Cousins. They got absolutely destroyed by the Dallas defense. I was watching that game, and I'm telling you, absolutely destroyed. Taking sacks. Wasn't able to release the ball on time. Just absolutely destroyed by Dallas. So Kirk Cousins is the suck of the week at the quarterback position. Absolutely embarrassing numbers. A lot of people started Kirk Cousins thinking he'd have a good game. Again, honorable mention, Russell Wilson, 10.68 points, because people expected a little bit more out of him this year, just not performing to where he should be, all right? Now, running backs, I got to talk about this. Najee Harris coming out party, third amongst running backs. Does not include the Monday night game, okay? But Najee Harris here, 27.6 points, finally coming alive. Derrick Henry, my guy, is performing. 4 points, fourth in fantasy points, 25.36. Tony Pollard and Samaje Perine at 1 and 2. Samaje Perine had 30.2 points where I needed Joe Mixon to perform. I needed Mixon this week more than ever, and Samaje Perine gets it. I can't express to you the amount of a level of frustration that I'm feeling. And this was before he was out with concussion protocol. So apparently he banged his head, was out with concussion protocol, right? And then I see a video of him dancing on Instagram Live, break dancing in the back. And the point I'm trying to make is this. Well, people are saying, well, Joe, that's the coach's decision. They pulled him out because they're worried about him doing physical activity on the field. Now you say, well, break dancing isn't the same as playing football on the field. But the point I'm trying to make is you are pulled from a game because you're hurt, you're injured. It's got to be somewhat serious, isn't it? You got concussed, right? So why are you break dancing, doing high impact dance moves out like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, half an hour later? You should be in a bed, relaxing, monitoring the situation, right? If it's that serious, it clearly wasn't that serious. They pulled him. They're getting soft, man. I see MMA fighters go 5 rounds, bloodied up, bruises, eyeballs hanging out pretty much, teeth knocked out, cauliflower ears like this, getting down, getting back up, right? Taking shots, jaw, eyeball, face, nose, broken. This guy's getting a knockout. Their head hits the ground a little bit, and they've got helmets on. This thick, high technology helmets now they've got. They hit their head on the ground, and they're gone. Like they're out for no reason, for no call. This happened a couple weeks ago. Who was that one player it happened to? Was it A.J. Brown? One of these players. I can't remember who it was. I had him on my team. Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think it was. Went down. It was just a normal tackle. Like it wasn't a high-impact head injury. Now, I can understand certain injuries. You get a high impact. You're on the ground. You know, you're twitching. You have all these neurological side effects when you fall. But, you know, I could see getting pulled up for that. But just to get a little knock on the head, like it's football. You get hit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And again, I'm all about protecting the player from the CTE and all that stuff that's going around. But what I'm saying is, if it's soft, it's just a normal hit, let them play. And you certainly shouldn't be breaking dancing if you've been pulled out of the game. And that's the point I'm trying to make. You got to understand that. So either way, man, I don't know what to say. He got pulled, and it just sucks. So Tony Pollard, Samaje, Najee, Derrick Henry, and Jamal Williams, everyone had DeAndre Swift. Remember everyone said DeAndre Swift, top 8 across the board? How's DeAndre Swift doing? Not that good. I think he got 1 touchdown, though, still. David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, Zeke Elliott, Devin Singletary, and Latavius Murray. Now, Zeke Elliott, obviously, 15 attempts with him and Tony Pollard. It looks like Pollard is taking over that backfield. It's just the way it is, man. Youth is prevailing and hunger. It is what it is. So, again, the guys that crapped the bed here, those are the guys that did well. Saquon Barkley, 5.5 points. Ridiculous. They were running, who was it, Matt Breida? Like, I thought Matt Breida was retired. I didn't even know he was in the NFL. Matt Breida, Samaje Perine, and who else is the other guy? Oh, yeah, McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon getting some volume this week as well. Like, I don't understand why, and he ended up fumbling, by the way, McKinnon. I don't understand why these guys get volume. Play your starters. Play the guys that are supposed to play. So, Saquon Barkley suffering 5.5 points. Dameon Pierce, 3.7 points. Wow. Talk about sucking. Houston's been absolutely terrible. Davis Mills has got to go. He's absolutely terrible. That whole offense, the coaches got to go. Davis Mills got to go. They all got to go. They got a clean house there in Houston. They're terrible offense. Joe Mixon only ends up with 9.2 points because he was pulled early, and they were giving it to Samaje Perine. You know, it is what it is. Nick Chubb, 9.7 points. He sucked as well. So, and Dameon Pierce, I got to give it to him. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else worth mentioning. Again, drop a comment below if you think anyone else sucks. Foreman, 2.4 points. People expecting stuff out of him. A.J. Dillon, 3.3 points. Some people started him. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is bad. Brian Robinson coming off a lot of attempts the game before, 5.7. Miles Sanders, 5.8. Cordell Patterson, 5.9. Cam Akers, 6.1. Dalvin Cook, 7.2. Kenyon Drake coming off a big game the last time he was out prior to the bye week, 7.3 points. Absolutely, guys, everybody at running back did terrible. Even Isaiah Pacheco, a lot of people started him, 10.7 points, not good at all. DeAndre Swift, 12.2. So they all suck, but I got to give it here to Dameon Pierce at 3.7. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. Dameon Pierce, I know how hard he works. He is the suck of the week. I don't even know what to say. Clyde Edwards there, 0.9 points. Terrible running backs, guys, this week. Terrible. Let's move on to the wide receiver. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys click that subscribe button. Davante Adams leading the pack. He's good, man. I mean, Waller's been hurt. Renfrow. One of my main objections to Adams this year was that Waller and Renfrow are there. And if they're banged up, obviously he's going to get the volume. It worked out in his favor. But again, injuries do count. I was wrong. Davante Adams getting it done. Amari Cooper, a sleeper I was talking about, doing well. Joshua Palmer having himself a game. T. Higgins, Demarcus Robinson, who would have thought, right? 21.8 points. Baltimore, it is what it is. Chris Olave, Christian Watson, everyone's riding him now, having him a good game. Finished 7th amongst wide receivers. Again, this is excluding the Monday night game. Wan'Dale Robinson, George Pickens, and Treylon Burks. So you're seeing a lot of rookies starting to emerge. And this is what I tell you guys, you can wait on wide receiver. Because if you look at the wide receivers here, guys, Chris Olave, Watson, Pickens, Burks, top 10, right? These are the guys that were in a position to succeed this year. Mind you, some of them got started late. It is what it is. Let's talk about the guys that sucked this week. A.J. Brown, 9 points. I mean, what the heck was that? Justin Jefferson, 6.3 points. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, Cousins, they did terrible. If you watch that game, Dallas destroyed them. Deontay Johnson, 6.2 points. Absolutely ridiculous as well. Who else is there that really crapped the bed here? Mike Williams coming back from an injury, ankle, gets injured again, 2.5 points. I think he caught like one pass, and then he was out again. Absolutely terrible. So I got to give it to Mike Williams, Adam Thielen, 4.5. But the most expectations were out of Justin Jefferson, and finished 48th amongst wide receivers, PPR, 6.3 fantasy points. You, sir, are the suck of the week. Coming off that huge week, and then you do nothing. Absolutely terrible. Now people say, oh, it was a bad, the quarterback was under pressure. I don't care. The fantasy points weren't there. That's why I'm ripping into Dameon Pierce this week. I don't care how bad your team is. We're expecting more out of you. Saquon Barkley, 5 points, 5.5. Ridiculous. Studs at the tight end position, Kelsey Hooper, Freiermuth, Knox, Juwan Johnson having himself a game, 13.7. Mark Andrews, Logan Thomas, Tyler Higbee, Geno Smith, and Hawkinson to round out the top 10. Now, even at the 10th position, 8.4 points is garbage. TJ Hawkinson, unacceptable. Cole Kmet, who's been consistent lately, 6.5 points, and Hayden Hurst, 4.8 points. Robert Tonyan, 3.9. David Njoku, 3.7 fantasy points. Crapping the bed. Again, I don't expect much out of tight ends, but I would say Cole Kmet at 6.5. People expected more out of him because basically the way he's been playing is that we had high expectations. This guy could be a solid tight end week in, week out, coming off a 19.4, a 17-pointer the week before that. That's in standard numbers even. So at 23.4, 22, 9.1. So he had 3 safe, solid weeks. Then he gets a 6.5 after 3 weeks. Cole Kmet expecting more out of you. I think he had a nice catch in that game as well. But you, sir, are the suck of the week because people are expecting more out of you. Now, let me know in the comments below if there's another tight end. Kyle Pitts, 7.3. But again, he's been sucking all year. Let me know who sucked for you guys this week. Tyler Conklin had a bad game. Hunter Henry, 3 points. Drop a comment. Let me know. So those guys are the suck of the weeks. Cole Kmet, maybe even Kyle Pitts, honorable mention. Robert Tonyan, tons at the tight end position. Running back, we had Saquon Barkley, Dameon Pierce, Jefferson at wide receiver, and Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Drop a comment below. Let me know. And do you agree? Should Joe Mixon be partying after he was pulled out of concussion protocol? I don't think so. Again, you're pulled out, meaning that it sounds serious. If I'm pulled out of a game due to head injury, it sounds serious. The last thing you'd picture, you're pulled out because of head injury. You should be at home with something wrapped around your head with some ice or something. You shouldn't be out there partying and breakdancing in the background. It should sound serious if you're pulled out, right? Either way, drop a comment below. Let me know. Those are your studs and sucks NFL Week 11 recap and highlights for you, and some NFL fantasy news. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, thumbs up. I'm out.